Bitcoin seeing a little bit of a pullback. Is consolidation here? And well, you know what that means. After Bitcoin runs and consolidates, that means alt season is around the corner. Which altcoins are our favorite horses in the race? We're going to talk about that. We also have some news regarding MicroStrategy. We have some news regarding Ethereum. We're going to talk about what Charles Hoskinson said and what the hell is going on over there at Cardano land. We'll take a look at some trades. We did have one of our trade positions, our limit order, fill. We'll talk about which trade that was and, well, what's our game plan to make money. Speaking of making money, already starting the day off in the green in the futures account. We'll share that as well. We have that and much, much more on today's episode of Sin City Crypto. Let's go.
Hola! It's your boy Big Rob back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto, home of the entertainment-focused cryptocurrency content. We take old, boring, stale information, repackage it up in a fun, sexy, handsome, oh man, we're off of the previous all-time highs kind of way.
Wow.
Yeah,
See that light to your right? It needs to scoot to the left.
you got to point it in the wrong spot, bro.
Let's scoot to the left. Go ahead and do that. Well, I bring this thing in, baby. So, BTC. Let's take a look at a Bitcoin chart here. Did see a little bit of a pullback. As you can see, we've had this 105.8 level mapped out here for quite a while. Now, we didn't get quite there, but we did almost tap our 9-day moving average on the daily chart for BTC. But the important thing here is selling volume is decreasing, right? That was a high here, lower high so far. And it looks like that'll stay that way because, well, price is starting to rebound. We did get as low as 107.450. Now, I did have a limit long order set at 107.250 that obviously didn't fill, which I was hoping it will because it would have been in the super profit today. What the hell is that name? Anyways, let's take a peek here. This article. Why is crypto going down? Why? Well, say hello to President Trump. Crypto market plunges as Trump declares trade war on the European Union. Just when everything was starting to look gravy, found out the gravy spoiled. Donald Trump announced a 50% tariffs on all imports from the EU starting on June 1st, triggering an immediate drop in stock markets and crypto prices. President also threatened Apple with a 25% tax if it does not move its production to the United States of America. Rob, thoughts on the macro affecting crypto? You think that's the case, or?
Oh yeah, that's 100% what's going on here. The thing is last market pullback was short-lived. We saw the one like 2 days ago where we were talking about the bond market, treasuries, and we saw stock market pullback. Bitcoin held strong though. And, well, this time around, stock market, bad narrative. And, well, here we are. Back under 110,000. But I don't think it's going to be for a long time. Just as we saw Bitcoin quickly rebound after the Treasury news and the T-bills, having a higher percentage on the 20-year than people expected. The bond auction did not go well. With that said, Bitcoin sold off, but it rebounded like 8 hours later. And so I think what we're going to see here is a short-term pullback. I think that going into this weekend, we're back up above 110. Do you think that, or do you think this sell-off continues?
I mean, look, it already bounced fairly quickly.
The
107.5 to 109.5 in like what, couple hours?
Yeah.
If that. So the buyers are here, and we have some data to back that up as well. Also, you mentioned the Treasury. Scott Bessent, remember the original plan to do a sovereign wealth fund? Yeah, they're putting that on hold. And so we'll see. They've talked about taking some of the gold reserves and converting them into Bitcoin. That would be a budget neutral way to do it, right? We talked about the strategic Bitcoin reserve from the U.S. federal government. Either way, still choppy waters. And so We take the ups with the downs. Just be prepared. Identify the key levels of support and resistance, specifically support. If we're going to keep getting those announcements, that way you can make money on these dips to the downside. Speaking of making money, looks like my limit order might fill. So we did futures account here on Top One Futures. By the way, if you guys want to take the 5K challenge with me, create an account. I have a 150K instant funded account for like $400. Use our code OLA all caps. But we executed a trade in the NASDAQ today, profit of $200. And so yesterday, what's funny? Yesterday, I put in a limit buy order. I went to the bathroom to do the duty. And then I completely forgot. The order filled. I didn't have my stop loss in, and it triggered my daily loss limit. It was terrible. So yesterday, I think I was in the red like $1,600. But it's okay because it was sim money, baby. Let's go. Anyways, we're looking to get another buy order here on this one. And then we did close out an H-bar trade. Let's go ahead and take a peek at that one. Trade history. So this trade, and why is it not? There we go. So this H-bar trade was one that we put in on the trading show, I believe on Tuesday or Wednesday. It was a limit long at 20.519 cents. That failed. We cashed out, took a 12.5% profit. And so we got a few more in. Speaking of in, there's one that did actually hit today. And let's go over to positions. So our sweet trade filled as well at an entry price of $3.63.4. That was a limit long order again. That is currently in the green, 11.5%. So if you don't have an account with BuyDefi, join it. They're actually doing, in fact, let me go ahead and show you guys. I love BuyDefi. These guys are amazing. They wanted to do something to incentivize people to sign up. Let me go ahead and show you what they want to do. It's pretty badass, actually. I'm just going to pull this up. Here you go. So this is a campaign they're running for strictly SINCITY crypto community. If you deposit $100, you get $60. More than 500, you get 100. More than 1,000, 200, and 5,000, 1,000. Again, this is only for SINCITY. Make sure you use the link in the description to sign up for an account. And so, yeah. With that being said, we'll get back to altcoins in a little bit, but I do want to share this piece of news. Article here from CoinDo. Bitcoin buy pressure returning as price holds around $110,000. The key metric to watch is the spot taker cumulative volume delta, CVD, which measures the net difference between taker buy and sell volume over time. According to the 90-day CVD, the indicator has shifted back into the green, signaling a resurgence of buyer dominance in the market. And this is what they're talking about right here. So you want to see green? That's good. As Rob says, green good, red bad. Right, Rob?
That's right.
That's right, man. Then we have this. Take a look at this, Rob. Maybe retail's bearish for what reason? I have no idea. But ETFs are not. U.S. Bitcoin ETFs see $1.5 billion in inflows over 2 days, specifically the last 2 days, putting May on track to break the monthly record as institutional demand surges. You know what's funny, Rob? There's reports that retail is buying a crap load of stocks. S&P 500. So institutions are selling, retail's buying. When you come over to Bitcoin and crypto, institutions are buying and retail seemingly is either selling or not excited or both. What are your thoughts?
You know, is this retail buying on ETFs though?
No. I'm saying it's institution.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that.
Oh, is it part of retail?
Yeah.
Well,
it's a percentage. It's not all institutions, but
what you take it easy?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I think you're getting just a lot of like I guess but what's below institutions, like a seasoned shut up. They're like a seasoned investor. Yeah, and so I guess the way I look at it is you got kind of like three buckets. You got like 3 buckets, right? You got institutions, then you got just people that have been trading on Wall Street, have deep portfolios, and in stock, a stock market portfolio, and then you got retail that just doesn't really have much investing outside of like a savings account. Maybe they have a little bit of a S&P 500 or something. But the big group that I think we're onboarding now that is represented in the ETF flows, I think is investors, quote unquote retail, that used to not have any exposure at all to crypto, right? I know we go to dinner or we talk to people that are outside of crypto. They're just regular finance people.
We go to dinner?
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh.
And
Well,
the conversation when you bring up crypto is like they kind of scoff at it. So I think those people are taking more and more of a position on Bitcoin. And I mean, do you agree with me, right? I mean, the people that are a little bit more hard-headed that have always invested in just strictly stocks. I'm not talking about institutions, just talking about like the Wall Street trader or the guy that works at a hedge fund or the guy that has some practice. Those people are coming on board, and I think they are the ones buying the ETFs. I think those are the ETF flows, but we have seen headline news, hey, this bank overseas is buying ETF or has ETF exposure. Countries have ETF exposure. And so it's obviously a mixed basket, but I do think a large proportion, I would say maybe 30, 40% of ETF holdings are coming from just regular people, right? Or regular whales, people that would just buy and hold stocks instead of them buying and holding American Airways and Starbucks.
American Airways?
Yeah.
Airlines,
American Airlines.
Yeah, that was like in the
Delta,
90s.
yeah, whatever it was. Yeah, so growing up, I'd always read about like people that made money in finance. A lot of them came off the back of just brick and mortar companies. But I think now those same individuals or that same style of investor now has Amazon, has Tesla, but also has Bitcoin in a version in ETF representation.
Yeah,
So,
also two can be the same,
but that's gonna grow because I'm telling you, the people I talk to that are not in my crypto bubble do not have exposure to they're people without exposure to Bitcoin, and I think those people are gonna come in and buy up Bitcoin because I think that's really the money, right? Don't you think that's where the money is?
I mean,
the top 10% of earners in America that invest in equities. I think that's a giant pool of money.
well, two can be true at the same time, right? So news that retail is at a fast pace buying stocks, right? Traditional products. And then institutions are buying Bitcoin. Well, it could be retail is buying Bitcoin via the ETFs through Wall Street. And so both can be true at the same time. Big shout out. We have a new member. Welcome to the Sinner community, Mrs. Poman. So Mr. and Mrs., the family affair. We love it. Thank you for supporting us. Also, Rokiyoshi's been a whale member for 36 months, 3 years. He was our very first whale member, by the way. Rokiyoshi, I love you, bro.
Still looking for our next whale member. It's been a while. We got a whale member animation. So if any of you guys decide to take some profits and put $25 into our whale membership, well, you'll get a fun animation.
One-time offer. If we do get a whale member on today's show, Robin will share one of his deepest secrets that he hasn't even shared with me. He agrees to this. We already talked about it before the show. So go ahead. This is your one and only opportunity. Thank you very much. Also, we did drop a Q&A. How does it feel, Robin? You do it to poor Ashley all the time. Exactly.
I got plenty of dark secrets.
Exactly. So you're going to share one if we get a whale member. Anyways.
Going through my catalog right now. I'm like, don't do that.
They want no.
Too early to talk about Diddy. Okay. And then
what?
Oh,
too soon. Too soon.
And then we did open up a Q&A. So if you have any questions you'd like us to potentially answer, drop it in the chat. With that being said, I do want to talk about this on the Bitcoin topic, and then we'll move on. It's from Cointelegraph. Over 420,000 Bitcoin have a cost basis near 94K, forming one of the strongest support zones of the current cycle. 94K. That means a vast majority of people, and this is so obvious to say, but are in profit, unless someone bought yesterday for $111,500. a lot of people are in profit, and we're seeing a lot of these metrics, these on-chain metrics, and signals really turn bullish. We had a golden cross, data like this, data like we shared before with the CVD. And so things are pointing up. And let me tell you guys something. When we see a big run up, a 3, 4, 5% run up in Bitcoin, you want to see that pullback. You want to see those prior resistance levels flip to support, test them, and see what price does there. That is a healthy rally. It is not a healthy rally to do what, I don't know, Pi did, go up 600% in 2 days and then lose everything and plus more. So the growth we're seeing in Bitcoin, that is what we want to see, at least from my standpoint. With that being said, Rob, take a look at the markets. Also, speak to altcoin season, please.
Speak to altcoin season.
Yes.
Am I supposed to whisper or yell? Which one is it?
Medium voice.
Medium voice. Okay, got it.
I'm losing my voice, speaking of voices.
I'm wondering why
Big party last night, babe.
so raspy. All right, so you got Bitcoin under the 110. I won't go too deep into this because we kind of started the show with this, but you can see that we came up from 104 earlier this week, sub 105, and we were above 110 and briefly pulling back. At least that's my thoughts. I think we'll be back above 110 by Sunday.
So Rob, real quick. I know this is it's a cliche question, right? You think Bitcoin drops under 100K ever again?
Under 100K? I think it's not likely.
What's the percentage it does? 20%?
I guess, yeah, probably 20%. And it's realistically just kind of off of the back. Like, I just don't know what could happen from macro news. If we had another exchange situation with, like, say, Coinbase, with, they lost customer data, maybe something in that regard that's little bit more of a security problem. Maybe they lose someone's Bitcoin. Their security is so diversified, and there's probably so many different layers that if Coinbase did have some kind of compromise on their Bitcoin, it would be a small percentage, right? It might be like, hey, we lost 20,000 Bitcoin out of the millions that we have custodial ownership over, something like that. So, headline news, you just can't predict it, but we're not far off 100K. So you could see a scenario where maybe some geopolitical thing happens. I mean, maybe we just get hammered with more tariff situation, right? I mean, the thought of all cell phones costing 25% more, pretty damning, right? I mean, that's a piece of hardware or something that every person in America has, essentially, or at least all the adults. There are exceptions, but for the most part, all adults have a cell phone. And we know the Samsung Android ones are made overseas. Let's not kid ourselves. But the Apple phone now, which is, comprises about 50% of phones. I have no idea if that's the true number, but just throwing something out. I'm sure it's
filled.
I'm sure it's somewhere close to 50%. If that's the case, all phones are going to go up by 25%, particularly the iPhones. And so we know that they start at $1,000. So I mean, that's $1,250 now for the one that has no memory, that you have to wipe out all your photos every 3 months. And then you got the higher the higher memory that's going to cost $1,200. That's now going to cost you $1,500. So I don't know. I put it at 20%. We got a $50 super chat from Nathan. He said, already a whale member. More of a beached whale, but I'd like to see the whale member animation. Not how it works, but I don't know. Maybe we'll run the animation if someone joins, right?
Oh man, dude just paid for 2 whale members.
He did pay for 2 whale members.
Man, rock and roll the animation. My boy Nathan. You gotta show Nathan some love.
We won't do this again. This is a one-time thing.
One-time offer. You cannot buy us with your money unless it's a lot of money, and it depends.
Unless it's a lot of money.
What was I gonna say? I have no idea. You see, we have a couple of new people in here. Piss Missile. Did you see Piss Missile?
Sure did.
Pretty cool name.
Yeah.
That's Nick. Before he changes his name every week.
Also we had Zach, Eric, John 316. We got Mo Money, Avash, then Lasers. I know Lasers has been here before, but there you go. To all of you, hola! Welcome, SINCITY Credit.
Sorry, guys. If you catch me distraught, it's because your boy over here trying to make money. Just filled another. I got another long order on the Dow, and that filled for a long. We're gonna move our TP down a little bit. We'll move our stop loss up. And so yeah, if you guys want to try futures trading with very low downside, create an account. I'm telling you, a lot of fun, make a lot of money. Anyways, do want to give a big thank you. Today's show is brought to you by Doppler Finance, the first mover in XRP Fi. We all know, and especially Rocco can tell you how massive the XRP ecosystem is going to be. The XRPL is heating up, and Doppler Finance has the first mover advantage. You can earn anywhere between 3.5% to 4.5% APY on your XRP. And so we're excited to have him on as a channel partner. Visit Doppler.finance for more info on how you can put your XRP to work for you. Rob, altcoin season. Is there a number in your mind that Bitcoin has to get down to percentage-wise, numbers-wise? Does it have to be, I don't know, going sideways for a few weeks for alts really to start running?
I think even if it hangs out here at the 110, I think we still see altcoins start to take off. I would estimate that we're going to be over 110 next week. And I think that we find our ground or footing at 115 to 120. I think that's the range. I think we get to 115, we get a bunch of euphoric tweets or X posts, and then from there, we consolidate for, I don't know, a month?
30 days?
A month to 60 days at 115 to 120. And then that time period, that 60-day time period, maybe 90 days, is when altcoins take off. Now, if we hang out at 110 for, 60 days, then, well...
Which is a very real possibility.
Yeah. I still think we get an altcoin push, but it's not going to be to the same magnitude if we were around 120.
I was looking at my portfolio, and I was looking at my near position, and I'm still in the green, not by much.
Near, huh?
Yeah.
I haven't heard much about that. I mean, from you at least.
It's sitting at
or anywhere.
It's sitting at $3. Oh, there it is. Got our whale member. As soon as this is done, we'll run the animation again. We'll run the animation again, right?
Yeah.
We have to. Mrs. Poe, man, thank you so much. We appreciate you. But what I was gonna say is, now I completely forgot what I was gonna say. I rolled the whale animation, Rocco. Perfect. Give me time to think about what the hell I was gonna say. Congrats to our new whale member, Mrs. Poe, man. Welcome to the prestigious Whale Club.
Arr, she blows.
I leaned over and said, what was I saying? Thank you for all your support, my friends.
You're talking about Near Protocol.
Oh, Near. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, this thing's at $3. It hasn't moved. And I was saying, should I sell and put it into something else? If you were in my position, Rob, what would you do?
Well, I got the Near chart pulled up here. This is the
Give me financial advice.
This is the all-time here.
Robin, I allow you to give me financial advice.
I like how you slid the phone closer to me. Like, I'm going to open up your exchange app. He's like, give me financial advice.
I hope it just won that.
Here, give me
Give me financial
the
advice.
code is 9999 unlock. Yeah. And then
Why are you telling people my passcode?
I hope your passcode is 999.
It's not 999. Anyways, Rob, please give me financial advice. I'll give you
This is the all-time chart. The concern to me here is 2021 all-time high being here at around $18. We didn't even come close to it. This pump that we had back in May of 2024. And then the January pump, the one that all altcoins did very well at, Cardano, XRP, I mean, everything, Avalanche. Like, here's the thing. Like, if I were to compare Avalanche versus Near Protocol, Avalanche is kind of in a similar predicament. Failure to launch so far for this bull market, but it still had a very strong performance back in January, which meant that it had a lot of retail interest when altcoins were popping off, right? You didn't see it from Near Protocol. Take a look at the 1 year. The 1 year kind of sums it up here. You go back January.
That I'm selling it.
Look, so May of last year, $7. Then you go to January, it was at the same spot, $7-8. You look at Avalanche, and I think Avalanche and I think Near share a very similar kind of situation, right? Where it has a strong community, it has a lot of people behind it. It's a good team. You're just really waiting for the dApps to take off and the adoption to take off and the buzz to catch up. This is Avalanche on the 1 year. You see that it vastly outperformed. I mean, Avalanche got over to $50, $55 for Avalanche back in January or December, January range. But that's over the $30 range. And then if you look at the all-time compared to like something like Near, look at the all-time, Avalanche, essentially we were right at $100, but I mean, it's still it got a lot closer, right? It got about 50% of its all-time high, so a lot better performance out of Avalanche if you were to compare Avalanche and Near Protocol. I mean, do you feel like Avalanche and Near Protocol are fair comparisons?
No.
No, I meant to be like from a technical perspective. Not talking about charts. I'm just saying like, hey, like what do they kind of stand for?
You mean fundamentally?
Yeah, fundamental. They both have very strong development teams. They both were around last bull market. They both are layer ones. They both have.
I put Avalanche up here. Avalanche, Near.
I agree with you, like, but I'm saying that they're in the similar category, and I think that Near was a lot closer to Avalanche's kind of clout last bull market.
Yeah,
if you would have asked me like, hey, what's a better pick, Avalanche or Near in 2021, I'd have been like, ooh, that's a tough one.
now it's fairly easy, right?
Now you're just like, dude, it's not looking good for Near. It's just
And
they have a lack of headlines, dude.
it's not just like a headlines, Robin. It's the name of the game, man. If you're not capturing market share now,
That's it. Yeah, exactly. You're spot on, dude. We'll say Avalanche has had a decent performance in the last week, up from $22. We saw it up to $26 briefly. Did you see the FIFA news?
yes, with the layer one.
Yeah. So FIFA, which is the largest sports organization
What does
globally.
FIFA stand for, by the way? Do you know?
don't know.
Federation and
International
yeah,
Football Federation of International Football Associates.
something like that. Yeah.
Football.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's my situation, okay? And tell me if you would do this. I'm just going to pull up my numbers, see my cost basis on Near. The bag I have left, because I took profits around $6-7. The bag I have left, my average net cost is $2.49. Okay.
I think you would turn a profit holding it. I think that it's going to rally, but I think that you're going to miss out on gains compared to other altcoins.
Okay. So tell me, give me your top three. I have a few in my mind, but I'm curious.
I'll just stay,
because
I'll stay in the same range.
Because maybe there's someone watching who has the same dilemma with another coin. So please.
So what I do to answer your question, when I'm kind of evaluating, do I want to keep position on a project? For me, I move laterally on market cap. Right. I have an exposure. Now, this is my personal investment strategy.
Okay.
I have higher risk plays that are closer to the 100 or outside the 100. And when I sell one of those, I move laterally. Right. And if I'm going to buy more, I don't sell the top projects to layer in on the lower ones. I'll just put more money in. Right. If I want to buy something outside the top 100 and I don't have anything to sell in the top 100 or that I want to, I'll just put some capital in there. But I don't sell my Avalanche or whatever other, my Kronos or my Caspa. I won't sell that for something further down the list. But I will move laterally happily. And so if I have, let's just say I had Caspa and I was like, you know what? I don't want Caspa, which is not the case. I'd actually want more Caspa, but I'm just kind of looking at something in this range. If I chose not to have Caspa anymore, I would sell this and then move something near, close by. I would probably increase my position on Chronos, perhaps increase my position on Internet Protocol or BitTensor, near protocol. This would be the area or range that I'm looking at. And so to answer your question, if I did not want near protocol anymore, I would be looking at increasing your position on BitTensor, but it sounds like you got a healthy position there.
I'm good.
So I probably wouldn't there, especially if you bought in at sub $300. I would probably just let that ride for what you have.
What about VeChain?
You got Aave. So my contenders here for your move, David, in my investment style would be to go with myself personally. I would eyeball Aave, Caspa, ICP, Chronos, and VeChain.
Well,
And I wouldn't go any further down the list there.
I kind of want.
Oh yeah.
I kind of want to.
What happened to stocks? Still is
Stacks.
had a healthy move this last run
what
at
happened
number
to
59.
59? Wow.
Stacks, if you look on the 1 month here, look at Stacks. Pretty well. It went up from 70 cents. We saw it get over $1 here. We got over $1 back a couple weeks ago,
I think
and
it's
over
down like
$1
50%
again 2 days ago.
here today.
But look at the 1 year
Yeah,
chart.
that's what
It's
about-
still not doing well. And so Stacks should, quote unquote, be a leverage play on Bitcoin because it's a layer 2. You would expect it to rally when Bitcoin does. But look on the 1 year. The 1 year kind of says it all for me is, hey, it's just not performing well. Could this be a reversal? The last month has looked pretty good for Stacks. Still, I would like to see more upside. Because Bitcoin, you look at this compared to Bitcoin, and I mean, it's outperforming Bitcoin right this moment by maybe 5%, but it's not that much. I would like to see more deviation. But like here, you look at the 1 year chart. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Bitcoin there in the orange and Stacks is in the blue. If your entire thing is smart contracts on Bitcoin, when Bitcoin pumps, you should outperform Bitcoin.
Yeah.
If you're not, that's not good. Like if you're a ERC20 based token, if you're, in the ETH ecosystem and ETH rallies harder than your altcoin does in the ETH ecosystem, that's not good. Same thing for Bitcoin, same thing for any kind of project. And so could this be a reversal? I don't know. I mean, here on the 1 month, you're starting to see a lot of volatility. You're starting to see some big swings to the upside. Could you get a breakout against Bitcoin? Possibly. But my concern is there a lot of narrative behind Bitcoin's smart contracts? That kind of thing is seemingly fading lately, but I'm not too confident in it being myself personally. But just one last peek here. I would move laterally. Myself personally, I have a Chronos position. I would like to have more. I would probably go with a higher.
Yes.
I would probably move over to Chronos myself, just kind of looking at my bag, but I don't know. What about you, David? No? Okay, hold on. You all right?
What's up, big dog?
I was going to say, you like a Chronos switch?
I don't know, man. I'm not as I'm bullish on Chronos, but I don't think I'm as bullish on Chronos as you are. You know what I was eyeing, Rob?
I'm just saying, from a near, I'm looking at it from would I rather have near or Chronos moving forward in the bull market? I'd rather have Chronos. I think that crypto.com is going to pop off.
Your play is moved laterally, right? In the same market cap region. Yep. My play, so this is my thing, and I'm not saying yours is wrong, but this is kind of where I'm at. I'm sitting there saying cost basis is $2.50. And it's, what is it, Rob? $2.80, $2.94. So it's not a lot of profit, right? And it's not my biggest position. It's not even my top. I don't even think it's in my top 10. Okay. So my thinking is I want to go further down the list. I want to go something that's maybe half of the valuation of Near Protocol that I think has a lot of value. Okay. So 3.5, I want to look in the 1.5 to 2 billion market cap range. And when I look at those, we start here. Sonic. I'd rather have my money in Sonic. Stacks, no thank you. Fartcoin, no thank you. Jupiter, I have an allocation. I'm good. No thank you. Cosmos, no thank you. Filecoin, no thank you. Algorand, interesting. Algorand, great team, great technicals, great fundamentals. Would I put my money in Algorand over Near at the current moment? I would lean yes. But if I were to go with my own strategy, I would probably put it into Sonic. It's down 39% over the last 90 days. It had a massive run. Let's take a peek at a Sonic chart. We're going to take a peek at a Phantom chart because there's more data on FTM. Let's take a peek. Where is FTM? Of course, Rocco, why does this always happen when I try to find it? It's like a needle in a freaking haystack. FTM.
In the meantime, I want to say thank you to Big Alf and welcome to the well, level 3.
Oh, no. I know who this is. BC Alf.
Oh, BC Alf.
Because he signed up for a whale membership and we said BCALF and then he reached out and said it's BC Alf.
Okay, BC Alf.
BC Alf, I believe, Rocco. It's a welcome back to the Whale Club. Rocco, I think he deserves an animation.
Let's go. Yes. Okay, let's do this. Okay. I know.
Rocco, we should roll the whale animation for our friend BC Alf here. Okay.
There she blows.
BC Alf rejoined the whale membership.
Dang.
We got 2 new whale members. Let's go. So looking at Sonic, this is the Phantom chart, had a huge run. I mean, this was from August of 2024 through December of 2024, 350%. Then more recently, from February, the beginning of February through the middle of February, it tripled in price. And it's consolidating, it's grinding up. And so when I look at the coin market cap, Sonic, 1.4 billion market cap, Near Protocol. Where's Near Protocol? 3.5. So I can take, let's just say it's $10,000 of profit, right? With my cost basis at $250, price at $3. I can take that 10K plus the position I already have, roll that into Sonic, and get a 2x and make more money than if sitting and waiting on Near Protocol to 2x from 3.5 to 7 billion versus watching Sonic 2x, which is shown it can do very quickly from 1.4 to 2.8, which would still be less than Near Protocol's market cap. That's kind of my thought, what I'm thinking. Either way, though, I don't think what Rob said is wrong. And obviously, I don't think what I said is wrong, but that's just my thought.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no right way to go about it. And so, yeah, me personally, I just break down my portfolio into risk categories. And so the risk, I essentially break down into market cap. And so smaller the market cap, the more the risk. And so that's kind of how I go with it.
Show.
We did whatever.
Rob, I'll leave this decision. You know what? Actually, Rocco, I'm gonna leave this decision to you.
Why? Why?
Because I always ask Robin, and I don't.
It doesn't matter.
He doesn't trust me.
I'm just kidding. Rocco, this is our sweet trade.
Okay.
Do we close this for a $231 profit, which combined with our futures account, 300 plus 230, that's $530 on the day, and it's only 11 a.m. on the West Coast. Or Rocco, do we let this thing keep going?
Yeah, you can adjust it, take some profit, and let it ride.
Take some profit, let it ride. Okay, done. Let's do that.
All right. And then just kind of going through the chat here. Let's see, Ashley and Poman are now following each other on X. Congratulations to y'all. Wow. I was looking for names. That's what I was like. That's all. We do. If you're not following Ashley, we have Ashley's handle here. Ashley 15100. And so
Zero.
she has 85 followers here. If Rocco, I don't have my link.
Okay.
If you want to pull it up here. So 85 followers. So yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Let's bump it up. What she got in there? In and Out or Chick-fil-A, asking for a friend.
Wow,
You're gonna
real
get
quality.
A lot of insight here. And then this one right here, I'm hungry. This was like,
I'll click on that. See what I said.
what'd you say? Make yourself a sandwich. I don't know how.
Wow.
There you go.
Good luck to the man you marry if you don't know how to make a sandwich. Jesus Christ.
All right.
Also, while you're there, follow us as well. Can't imagine those of you that are not following us. But we do have some altcoin news. Let's get into it, my friends. Let's talk about Cardano. All you Cardano fans, there's a lot of a shitstorm going on in Cardano land. Have you been following this?
I've been trying to figure out what is
shitstorm.
fake, what is real. There's a lot of misinformation or a lot of, or maybe it's all factual. I don't know. I don't know what's true or not.
They're trying to get an audit, and Charles is out there saying, look, if the audit comes back clean, y'all want to go into a class action lawsuit? And I was like, hell yeah, brother.
But there's a lot more. There's been a lot to unpack in the
That's
Cardano dev and Cardano
how much-
IOHK and the voting.
See how money changes? Money changes people, man. It's like everything was fine, and then the treasury gets unlocked, and now everyone's fighting. It's like when someone dies, not a day goes by, and then it's a fight about who gets what, who gets the car, who gets the house, who gets the money, the life insurance. Okay, let's listen to Charles Hoskins.
Bit tired of all this. I really am. You know, I for years talked about the need for veracity bonds. I look at CoinMarketCap. To the CEO of CoinMarketCap, get your dogs under control. Honestly. Just come on. You're publishing things where there's no victim that's come forward, no lawsuit that's been levied, no regulatory body stepping in, and no arrest. An allegation of $600 million of theft, and you didn't even come to reach out to us for comment before you just propagated it? Do you have any journalistic integrity? Do you have any standards at all? Did you vet the source of the allegation and ask what material connection that source had? Just been announced the 5th largest auditor in the world is auditing the sale. Perhaps maybe you talk to our media people before you propagate something, but you don't take any responsibility. Why? Because we don't have a mechanism to force you to be responsible.
That's the thing. Like, if you're gonna accuse someone of something, you gotta like.
But you also, he's got a point. You have civil lawsuit capabilities, right? You have the threat of lawsuit, defamation. I'm not savvy here on all the potential avenues for lawsuit, but I know that you can't just blindly. And we see it with Fox and NBC. They get hit with big ass lawsuits all the time for, reporting false information and spreading it around. And so, if there's any truth to it, I'm sure that'll come to light. I don't imagine Charles would come out and swing the way he did and threaten lawsuits without, feeling comfortable that there is no evidence to support that. So I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But I lean on Charles's side. Right?
The guy, he's like, look, we'll get an audit. I got nothing to hide. Bring him in.
Yeah.
And so I just think that like we're a news outlet, right? We're a media outlet. If I ever got some info from someone that said, hey, did you know that XYZ? And before I report on it, I would go to that person like, hey, we're about to report on this. Is there anything you want to say? That's just common courtesy, right? And so I think that's his biggest thing is.
There's not a lot of common people out here. There's a lot of shady individuals. So common courtesy is it's not that common.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's talk about some altcoins. Ethereum news. Top 21 innovations fueling the ETH ecosystem this year. A couple things. I'm not going to go over all 21, but this is a post from the Ethereum Foundation. Latest upgrade, Pectra went live, improving wallet UX. Stripe announced their stablecoin financial accounts. People in 101 countries can use an Ethereum. Uniswap crossed 3 trillion in volume. Superstate funds announced the opening bell, enabling public companies to issue public equity on Ethereum. NASDAQ BTCS. Aave announced their work with the Ant Group to build a real-world asset marketplace on Ethereum. Coinbase Wallet announced Farcaster being integrated directly. There's a bunch of other ones here. They highlighted Morpho, reaching a 1 billion valuation. That, again, is on Ethereum, ZK Sync. I mean, again, 21 of them. And so I feel like ETH is always, here's the way I see it, right? ETH has always been the king of the hill, the king of the castle, woo, and no one can really mess with them, right? They're sitting on the throne.
You've convinced me. I'm buying $1 million right now. Preview purchase. Here we go. All right. Hold on. So buy $1 million Ethereum. You sold me, bro. It's a great time to
You don't
buy.
even have an account.
Binance.us. Yes, I do.
How about you create an
I
account?
do got a Binance.us account.
Yeah, is that why
Binance.us is my favorite exchange. Yes.
What is wrong with you? Anyways, now
I'm not buying. It was fake. I don't have a Binance.us account.
yeah, no shit.
And so, are you buying ETH? Are you still on this?
I'm not buying ETH, but I have ETH.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I bought ETH. You shouldn't be buying ETH now. You should have been buying it at $1,700. You know what I'm saying?
That is the truest statement you've said all year.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Okay.
We got a super chat from Hendy.
Yeah. He said, read my my earlier message.
Oh, what was his earlier message?
His earlier message was, I am still here, El Guapo. Good to see this show's going strong. Studio's looking great. Keep up the great work.
Appreciate you, Hendy. Hendy's been with us a while.
Yes, 35 months. So
Yeah.
right at that 3-year mark.
Hendy, we love you, brother. Thank you for your support.
He said he'll be here at the conference next week too.
Yeah, you know,
We are we're gonna go to 8 Cigar Lounge at Resort World. I haven't nailed in the time yet, but it'll be Wednesday or Thursday. So
you sweating bullets, aren't you?
no, I'm not sweating bullets. I'm sweating cigars. Yes.
Let me ask you a question.
It's my favorite cigar bar. They're not that busy.
me ask you a question.
They're just hard to make a reservation.
Let's say you can't get a reservation. Are you going to invite us to your house?
Then we're just gonna bring the cigars here to the
No,
studio.
why don't your house?
Okay, sure, my house. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. You always sell my house out, so
You got a nice house. It's a compliment. You should say thank you, right, David?
thank you, David.
You're welcome.
No. You're not invited to my house though.
I know where you live. I'm bringing friends with me. Also, I might be doing a giveaway. I don't know yet. It'll be in the Discord. A Bitcoin ticket. Okay, so hop in the Discord. I can't give you any more info. I got to verify a couple things, but I might have a ticket to give away to someone. Join the Discord. That's where the information will be if that comes through. And so I know we're in the 11th hour here, but still, maybe you're thinking about bringing someone. Maybe you're on the fence. You didn't want to spend $600-700 on a ticket. You might get lucky and win one. And so, yeah. Let's talk about MicroStrategy. I mean, this is really not big news, but you know, we feel like we still got to share it. They want to sell $2.1 billion in stock to buy more Bitcoin. Robin, are you surprised? No, you're not. Perfect. Let's move on. Let's also talk about institutional flows. So listen to this number. Institutional flows worth $400 billion expected by 2026 as part of sovereign strategy. This is according to a research done by Bitwise. The investment should accumulate more than 4.2 million Bitcoin during that period, Robin. 4.2, what's that percentage-wise out of 20 million? 20%?
25.
No, 20.
Closer
Yeah,
to 20.
20%.
Rounding up.
No, you're rounding. Okay. 20%. 20 to 25%
Yes,
of Bitcoin.
yes,
Thank you
go
very
on
much.
with it,
Jesus
please.
Christ. will be bought by 2026 if this number comes to fruition. 400 billion. That's a lot of money. More than 20 states, including New Hampshire and Arizona, are already exploring the possibility of a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Once legislated, speaking of that, looks like Texas's Governor Abbott is about to sign that bill to make a strategic reserve for the state of Texas. Once legislated, these bills could invite capital worth $19 billion into BTC.
What is 19 billion divided by
Chill out.
150 billion?
What?
Percentage.
Please. Bot Friday today, huh? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Robin, please
¿Qué pasa?
give us your wonderful thoughts on this.
I don't have anything to
Excuse
expand
me.
on this. man.
Excuse me. $400 billion, 4.2 million Bitcoin from institutions.
I'm not saying it's not a headline news article. I just don't have any new perspective. You want me to go like, hey, states and institutions are buying Bitcoin. This is good. It is good. I just don't have any, I don't have any hot take to add to it. I don't. I'm going to tell you how good Bitcoin is.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend 10 minutes telling you about like why you should own it.
I love it. I love it.
Bitcoin's price did sell down under 109 briefly.
When right now?
We were at 108. Did rebound here just a minute ago, but keeping a close eye on Bitcoin's price. Will we find ourselves back down? Taking a look at the 1 week, down to this 104, 105 range, possibly. And if you look back on the 1 month, you know, we did talk about the likelihood of losing the 100K mark. Wasn't that long ago. We were under 100K. Could this sell-off continue? I still say no. I still hold about 20% likelihood that we would go under 10K, but 80% chance of clear skies.
10K, huh?
Under 110, 100K, whatever, you know.
So we did a Q&A. So here are a couple questions. Flatsmack said, how long before XRP goes to zero? Forever. Brian Sims said, how are you feeling about Graph, GRT? I think GRT
Is dead.
I don't know about dead, but
Dead narrative, right? Dead narrative.
I was going to say, I think the narrative was a lot better before AI, before like ChatGPT, large language models.
I'm sure the
Because
team is
querying
still...
data and information is not really like, oh my God, this is what they do. Yay, let's buy the coin. You can do that with AI. That's my take.
I just go back. You remember yesterday's take? I said, hey, if there's something that your chain does very well, cool. But can it be done just as efficiently on a main layer one? If you can store data on Solana in the same way that you do it on Graph, maybe perhaps even in a more streamlined and effective way, why not leverage the security and the already established network and all of its stable coins and all of its liquidity? It's going to be hard to compete if it's already available. Here's another example. If you're making custom wooden tables here in town, you're going to have a market for it. Awesome. But if you're selling plastic furniture and that's your entire business model, Amazon's going to beat you all day. Amazon can't compete with a unique product that it can't have, like custom-made furniture. But if you're trying to sell something that the big boys have and trying to ship it globally, you're not going to be able to compete. There's no way you're going to be able to compete against Amazon and get to the same kind of market cap area as Amazon, being a small little online retailer selling plastic chairs. The same can be said for these altcoins. There's no way you're going to take users away from Solana to go to the Graph for data storage if data storage is already available on Solana. Now, if you have a very unique product that Solana doesn't have, let's like use Chainlink, for example. Chainlink does not sweat bullets to Solana. Solana ain't going to do what Chainlink does. Chainlink's offering a service that rivals no one, or no one rivals it. So that's the way I look at projects like Graph. Now, does that mean there can't be a market there? I'm not saying that, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard, right?
I agree.
I mean,
Like I said, AI is going to take a lot of jobs. It's going to take a lot of these projects out of business. And then this one's for Rocco. From Nathan Lowmaster, said, Rocco, we're planning a trip to Italy. What time of year is the best? And what town do you recommend to visit with kids?
Well, let me find the camera first. All right.
Telling him to visit Robin?
There we go. Well, just go early on the summer, June, July, and late September, October. Family-wise, pretty much Italy is pretty chill. You can go everywhere with that. If you go in that period, it's kind of busy. You can go visit. There's some park in the north side if you go toward Milan, but it depends what time of the year you go. They have like some parks like Disneyland, smaller, of course, but very good gelato, ice cream, and pizza there. But pizza and gelato is good everywhere. So yeah, you have a good time. Just try to see if it's your first time, go to the major city, Florence, all around. It's a very beautiful countryside. You can go on the coast. You can take a train everywhere, from the mountain to the coast. So you have a very good time. It's very convenient, so you don't have to drive. Actually cheaper too, because the freeway there is not free. You pay, and the gas is very expensive. The train is very convenient.
Yeah, no. Europe trains are.
Public transport is like 1,000 times advanced than the U.S.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know how it is. I haven't been to Portugal in about 4 or 5 years. But when it comes to public transit, people take the bus. Yeah. Trains are very, very popular, and it's such a beautiful scenic trip as well. I would say for Europe, I lived in Italy when I was a kid, but that was so long ago I could barely remember it. But I have traveled a lot of Europe, and I'll just say that for Europe in general, and I would assume it kind of plays into Italy. I would check out the kind of the countryside or kind of the smaller towns, or at least make sure you make that part of the itinerary, because I think you get more of the represented country and kind of the more of the vibe when you get outside of the big tourist areas, and so. I would kind of go.
Yeah, if you're a seasonal traveler, just get a big destination where your airplane get there, and then from there, just rent a car. You go to Venice, you take the train, the station, you get out the train station, and you're pretty much in Venice. Like you just cross the bridge, and you are on the water.
Nathan, I got a great boys trip for you. Summer solstice, June 21st. Okay, do yourself a favor. You and the boys, book yourself a ticket to Gothenburg, Sweden. In that exact day, it's called Midsommar. It's a big celebration, 24 hours of sunlight.
Oh, beautiful. That's cool.
It's a lot of fun. That was a good time. Anyways, that'll do it for the show today. I want to give a big thank you. Today's show is also brought to you by Cam's Blue Wire Technology. If you want to learn how Cams can help your business scale and grow and maximize your networking, IT, and cybersecurity, because we know how important that is, visit BlueWireTech.com, and big thank you to them. They are our longest tenured sponsor, 3 years now. Amazing. So shout out to Cams, and shout out to you. No trading show today. Also, next week, we'll be doing our traditional live show, same time, but we will not be doing a trading show. Well, because the Bitcoin conference is here, and we're going to be slammed. And so if you're going to be here, reach out to me, David at SINCITYcrypto.io. Let me know you're coming. If you want to visit the studio, we'll set you up. We'll send you the address. Come hang out with us in the studio. Sure, we'll meet a lot of you. If you meet us at the conference, you see us there, please don't hesitate to stop us, say hello. We love to meet our community members. That's all I got. Gentlemen?
Price prediction Monday?
$106,652.
106,000, huh? Mm-hmm. I'm going to go 112.
Rocco?
118.5.
One what?
119.5.
I thought I said 145 as it broke.
Well, no. Almost 120. It will touch it and then 119.5.
19.
I think we'll see a little bit of a pullback. That's just me.
We'll see.
If I'm right, I'll make money, buy more Bitcoin. If I'm wrong, I'll make money, portfolio goes up. Either way, I'm good.
Oh.
Now I forgot what I was saying.
I've
been forgetting what I was saying a lot today.
Yeah.
It's good.
Dementia?
Tornado?
Tornado! Rock! Join our Discord, guys. I'm probably going to be giving away 1 Bitcoin ticket. Join the Discord. Links in the description. We love you guys. Have a great weekend. We look forward to seeing you guys next week. Until then, peace.
Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.
SINCITY Crypto.
crypto. Everybody know what we here for. Entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in. For big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Name the coin that's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy a dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado close.